So what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This is our DSA series where we crack LeetCode problems one by one with clean C++ code and solid intuition. So today we are solving problem number 771, Jewels and Stones. So this is an easy level problem, but don't let that fool us. It teaches us one of the most important concepts in DSA, which is hasset lookups. So stick till the end. We will cover the brute force first, then the optimal approach, and I will do dry run right here on the LeetCode page. Let's go. So this problem tells us that you are given a string jewels representing the types of stones that are jewels and stones representing the stones you have. Each character in the stones is a type of stone you have. You want to know how many of the stones you have are also in jewels. Here also mentioned that letters are case sensitive, so a small a is considered a different type of stone from a capital A. So let's look at the example 1. So here is input 1, you can see jewels, where inside a string there is one small a and one capital A, and another string that variable name stones, which where a string contains one small a, two capital A and four small b. So here a small a, capital A, a small b, a small b, a small b, a small b. So the b's are not. So answer is 3. Okay. And in example 2, there is also input jewels where a small z, and in stones there is 2 capital Z. So the answer is 0. So lowercase z is a jewel, but stones have uppercase z. Case sensitive, already mentioned here that letters are case sensitive. So 0. Clear. Okay. Good. Now let's think about how to solve this. So the core question is, for every stone I have to, for every concept I have one jewel or not. The simplest way to think about it, I will go through every stone. Okay. And for each stone I will have check if it exists in the jewel string. For every jewel stone we will check if there is exist in jewels or not. So now there are two ways to do that check. Way 1, we will go with brute force approach. For every stones we will go through a loop the entire jewels string and compare. This works, but its time complexity would be big O of n into m, where n is jewels string length and m is stones string length. So its time complexity would be big O of n into m. Slow for large inputs. And we have another way 2, optimal with hash set. That means I first store all jewels in an unordered set, then for each stone I will check if it's in the set, and the lookup is big O of 1. Total time would be O of big O of n plus m. This is the way to go. So let me quickly code the brute force first, just so you understand the foundation. So now here you can see int num jewel in stones, in which argument is string jewels comma string stones. So now here we will take a int count variable where we will initialize with 0. Now we will write a for loop for check against each loop through each stones. So char we will take s iterator through jewel stone, sorry, stones. Then inside this we will write a nested for loop in which we will check against every jewels uh, char of j inside jewels. Okay, now we will write a condition, that is if iterator of stones, that is s, if equal to iterator of jewels, which is j. If this condition satisfy, we will count plus plus, otherwise we will break. Okay, no need to check further, and then finally we will return count. So now here is simple nested loop for each every stone. I am checking every jewels. For every stone I am checking every jewels. If it matches the condition, I increment count and break. Otherwise, I will break. So here is time complexity big O of n into m. N is stone length and m is jewel length. Space complexity is big O of 1. No extra space. But this is insufficient. Let's check the if it is correct or not. So sorry for inconvenience because I have to connect the internet, so please sorry. Okay, let's check if it is correct or not. Test run, test case. Yeah, you can see here it has passed two cases, but this is not sufficient because its time complexity is much larger. So now we will remove this and we will move forward to optimal solution. So optimal solution, we will use hash set. So now the clean optimal cpp solution using ordered unordered set. So you can see here, now we will going to code ordered underscore set. Okay, in which we will take character and then we will jewel set inside we will write jewel dot begin comma jewel dot end, and then initialize a variable with 0, and then we will write a for loop for stones. So stones again, now we will write a condition if jewel set dot count of s, then count plus plus, otherwise return count. So let me walk through this line by line. Line 1, you can see here in line 4, unordered set character jewel set. unordered set character, jewel set jewels dot begin, and comma jewel dot end. So I am creating a hash set and inserting all character into it. This takes big O of m time. Now in line 6 you can see I have initialized simple counter, that is int count, and initialize it with 0. So and line 7 you can see I have loop through every stone, and line 8 jewel set dot count of s. This checks if a stone s is present in the set in order underscore set. This is big O of 1 average time. If yes, increment count. Finally return count. You can see I finally returned the count. So here is time complexity is equal to big O of n plus m, and space complexity is big O of m for storing jewels in the set. Okay, now let's do a dry run. I will use example 1 for the problem page itself. So you can see jewels. So here you can see here is one small a and one capital A. So step 1, we build our jewel set is equal to first one with a small a and another is capital A. Just these two characters, let's go into hash set. Okay, and step 2, now we loop through stones one character at a time. We will loop through stones, we will loop through these stones one character at a time. Okay, now a stone in jewel set count a. Okay, count a, and yes 1 a 2, okay, a 1 a 2, and then here is b. So this is no, again b, this is no, again b, this is no, again b, this is no. So after processing all 7 stones there is count of 3 that matches the expected output. Now quickly example 2, jewels is equal to z and stones is equal to capital 2z. Okay, uppercase, not in the set. Okay, again if capital Z, again not in the z, so count is 0. Okay, correct. This is why case sensitivity matters, and our code handles it naturally because characters are stored as is. Now let me hit the submit button. First check the test case, if test case pass. So here is something problem I have faced. Okay, what problem is coming here? You can see I have left is here. Okay, so again we will go for test case. I hope this time. Okay, now this time it has passed the test case. Now we will hit the submit button and check what will happen. So boom, accepted. So runtime is excellent, beats most of the submission because of that big O of 1 hash lookup. Space is big O of m proportional to the number of jewel types. So now we will go to complexity summary. So before we wrap up, approach time space brute force, big O of n into m. We have already done brute force, so there you can see there is space time complexity is big O of n into m. and space complexity is big O of 1. And now in this optimal solution with using hash set, here is time complexity is big O of n plus m, and space complexity is obviously more than that brute force, that is big O of m, and there is big O of 1 space complexity. So now what we have learned from this problem. So the key lesson from this problem is, whenever we need repeated lookups, think hash set or hash map first. Brute force nested loops is equal to big O of n square because of two nested loops, or time complexity becomes big O of n into m. Hash lookup becomes is equal to big O of 1. These patterns come up in so many problems. To sum, intersection of arrays, contains duplicate, all use these same ideas. So make sure this clicks. Whenever you see this type of problems, this type of algorithm and solution must be click in your head. So that's it for today problem. LeetCode number 771. Jewels and stones, done and dusted. If this help you, smash that like button, and if you are new here, make sure that you subscribe our channel, and we will learn something interesting. We will build this DSA series problem by problem. Drop a comment below if you have any doubt and wants me to solve any specific problem, and if you want to understand some concepts, then you can comment below. I will definitely choose that topics, and I will see you in the next one. But keep coding, keep growing. Peace. Happy.